You better hold on tight to your seats now because I'm about to come in like a wrecking ball. I'm about to break your heart. And this is not going to let you sleep well at night. At least it's gonna give you a run for your money. Here it is. The value of your life is not in what you possess. It's not in your portfolio. It's not in your home. I know it's a mansion. And I know you live in the best place in town, the best community, and the best neighborhood. I know your kids go to private schools because why not? Who do I think you are? Great. I understand that. It is not in your title. I know you are the CEO, you're the boss, you're the partner, you are the call it whatever. You are on the board. I understand. In fact, Donald Trump shakes your hand every morning. Fantastic. The value of your life is not your network. I understand. I may just have disrupted everything that you think that you are. But I'm here to tell you that the value of your life is not in any of these things that I mentioned. I am the person who will tell you build wealth, don't build income, and don't, whatever. I get it. I understand. I'm guilty. But we have to be balanced psychologically. The value of your life is not your money. It is not in what you possess. It is not in what your credit score can give you. It is none of that. It is none of that. Do those things matter? Yes, I understand they do. You have privilege and you have access. That's fantastic. Those things matter, but they are not you. And if you confuse them, you're building a very different kind of wealth and a very fragile wealth at that. The very wrong kind of wealth. Okay, before we move any further, if you're new here, we shatter glass ceilings, especially in our mind. Where have you been? Where have you been? Okay, well, my name is Desayo, and I'm your friend. I'm a Harvard-trained ex-Wall Street professional helping real people take full control of their money. And I'd like to have you on this channel, so subscribe before we jump in. Subscribe right now. Do it. Okay, cool. Wealth is powerful. I know, and I completely agree. Wealth is good. It buys the ability to say no. It buys you time. It buys you optionality. It buys you the ability to pivot. You have some money. You can do other things. You have options. It is powerful. I get it. It makes you flexible. It makes you very quick on your feet. I understand. But here's the important part. It does not buy you identity. Your identity is you. It is not in your money. If a market dip poses such a huge stress or feels like personal failure, if your portfolio rising and falling makes you feel some type of way about yourself, i.e. your confidence, your self-image rises and falls with your portfolio. If your bonus, I get it, it's $100,000 bonus. I understand. But if that makes you feel validated, you've sort of blurred the line. I mean, and I understand these things are great. But if those are the things that you thrive on as a human being, you are on murky waters. You have blurred the line completely. Wealth should expand your options. It should not define your worth. I'm going to take that one more time. Wealth should expand your options. Just expand your horizon. Maybe expand your access, your flexibility. But it should never, ever define your worth. Your options that you get from wealth, that's freedom. Freedom to live, freedom to be you. It's your freedom. Great. But your identity, that comes from within. It is internal. It is here. It is who you are at the core. If everything is stripped away, that is your identity. And we can all agree that money can shape your identity. Money can be a part of how people see you or how you see yourself. I understand, but it's not the core. I mean, look around us. The richest people are often referred to by their wealth. I'm from Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. So think about Dangote and the $10 of the world and Mike Adenogas. Those people, they think of them as wealthy. And no one is actively thinking about all the things that they did before they became wealthy. I mean, let's take a common example. Elon Musk. Everyone is like, oh, Elon Musk at this time is the richest man in the world and is even getting wealthy and this and this. SpaceX is going public. how much more can this guy amass in terms of wealth? I understand. But did he start there? Probably not. He started as a visionary. He started with engineering. He started with, this guy talks about working non-stop. This guy is a maniac. He did the work. We cannot argue that he got lucky with that. Great. I understand the debate. Whenever you bring Elon Musk into the conversation, the debate is just wild and unending. I get that. But I'm saying that he didn't start with money. He didn't start with, well, when wealth came, that identity just scaled. The money just scaled that identity. And yet, he's affiliated with wealth and people can see him as that. But that was not the core. That was not where everything started from. When money comes, it does fuse into the narrative. You probably can't often separate it, but money amplifies your identity. However, it doesn't build substance. Money is not the start or the core of who you are. Who you are has always been there before money came. Money can amplify, money can become a part of the story, but it doesn't give you that foundation, that internal resonance. Money doesn't do that for you. Do you need to take a break? Do you need to drink water? Do you need to sip on something nice? I understand. I may be shadowing your entire world right now. But the truth of the matter is that money does not define you. It should not define you. It could be a part of your story. I understand you can, you may want to step on their neck and break it. I get it. But money should not in any way define you. If you never knew who you were before wealth, money is not going to fix that. Come closer. It's only going to make confusion more expensive. And I said what I said. It is going to be a confused Stella who now rides in a private jet. Okay. And if that's what you're going for, congratulations, you nailed it. And okay. Now that brings me to the next topic. So if money doesn't define me, so how should I think about the things that I own, the asset that I own? I own like lots of income generating assets. I'm like, I don't have to work. And okay. Assets are tools. That's it. They're tools, they're engines that you have that you own at your disposal. Your fixed income interest, your dividend paying equities, your growth equities, your cash flowing real estate, homes or offices, your cash flowing businesses. All of those things are great, but they're tools in your hands. They're designed to serve you. But somewhere along the way, somewhere along the line, people started serving assets. They started chasing the title. They started chasing the net worth. They started chasing the status purchases. If I had this, and then people will perceive me as that. If I had this, if I did this, if I wore this, and then I will be perceived as X or Y. Making decisions to look wealthy instead of to be stable. It sounds crazy, but that's what a lot of people are doing. Interview to try and portray stability and long-term sustainability. You're trying to impress people who don't even care about you. People who don't even wish you well because you want to step on their necks. It's okay. Their necks will be fine. How about you take care of yourself first? How about you invest in things that will show up for you when nobody else will? Nobody cares about your Birkin today. It's great. You have a Birkin, and so what? Does that increase your lifespan? No? Okay. I think you got your answer. Again, your assets are tools. A hammer is a tool, but do you worship a hammer because it helps you kind of move around the house and do handy things in the house? No? Okay. That's how your portfolio should be. It's a tool. It's doing what it needs to do. Fantastic. That's what you want to be. But do you need to worship it? Do you need to tell everyone what your portfolio is worth every minute? Do you need to? No? Okay. I think we finally got on the same page there. And here's the thing. A lot of people stop at the numbers and they stop at the tools. Like, oh, I have all this income generating assets and these are my numbers and like my portfolio did this and, I made 600% and I bought NVIDIA when it was blah, blah, blah. I saw it coming. Okay. And they forget the end game. Peace of mind that surpasses all human understanding. Peace of mind that if I wake up from my bed and I just don't want to do anything that day because I just have a little bit of a headache, I stay in my bed. Peace of mind. Peace of mind that if anything were to go on, I don't feel threatened by life. peace of mind cannot be overestimated. Woof, peace of mind, woof, rare currency. And that's the quiet truth a lot of people don't want to admit to, especially publicly. Peace over flex. Peace totally greater and higher and better. Woo, over flex. Flex, you get to step on their neck. I get it. And that can feel good, but peace within myself, peace within my skin, peace within my body, peace within my mind. Oh, peace. Oof, such a rare asset. I understand driving something fun and flashy and nice. You just got your model. What is it? Model Y or whatever. All of these fun things that can be really fun. And posting your next vacation, lounging or whatever, posting it on Instagram, that can also be, kind of impressive. You can feel really good about yourself. It can be satisfying. It can give you, some type of feeling of being good and worthy, I guess. Watching your numbers climb, that can be addictive. Even I'm guilty of this. Watching your number, like looking at your portfolio and like, oh my goodness, okay, I think this is good. That can be very addictive. But all of that is nothing compared to being able to get one good quality sleep, no financial anxiety, not that, you're not thinking about credit cards, like overpaying and interest. You're not thinking about somebody repossessing your home. You're not thinking of someone repossessing your cars. You're not thinking about someone reshaping your life without you just being able to do anything about it. Your expenses are covered. Your income can show, at least they're covered with or without you showing up. You could, if something were to go wrong with your traditional income today, you could objectively walk away. Objectively walk away and feel like, you know what? I'm going to protect my peace in this way. And this is threatening my peace right now. And I'm just going to walk away. And you are okay waiting for the next income. Whew, that right there, that right there is what I want. That right there is incredible. That is a goal. That's peace. And that compounds all very differently. That is what should get addictive. And peace can then begin to breed more things like happiness. Let's be clear, money can help, but it doesn't tell the full story. Money gets us there. It doesn't tell the full story. So one of my favorite classes at Harvard was my leadership and happiness class. And I just loved that class because it just demystified so many of the other things. Like, okay, we've done finance, we've done Biggie, which is about economics and international relations. We've done all these things and it's great, but that just recenters your life. And it was my professor, Arthur Brooks. You should check him out. He's a phenomenal guy who taught it. And at the end of the day, you realize that your happiness is just a combination of enjoyment, satisfaction, and meaning. Does money play a role in maybe enjoyment and getting to a point of satisfaction? Yes. But can money really give you meaning? Hold that thought. Enjoyment is pleasure. Pleasure, you get all the receptive nodes in your mind or in your head, and you get all of these things and satisfaction. That can be an achievement. Oh, you were able to do this, you're able to attain that, and you're just like, "Ooh, that felt good. I was able to hit that title. I was able to maybe hit that milestone. I ran that marathon." You're satisfied within yourself. But you see, meaning, ooh, that's where things get a little tricky. Meaning is purpose that is beyond yourself. Is things that is more than you. It's not within your control. Meaning is just deeper if you sit with it and let it marinate. It's this sense of self that is way above just this frail outer body experience. Yes, money can increase enjoyment. Money can help you with satisfaction, it can drive you to satisfaction. But meaning does not come from possession. Meaning does not come from possession. And he actually would give this example of him. I think at the time he had just been newly married and he was fighting with his wife on whether or not his wife had wanted to go on a vacation to the beach and he wanted to buy a couch. And he was like, okay, so we compromised and we went to the beach. And the thing about it is, like, they've been married for so many years after, and he talks about how they remember the vacation to the beach the experience of being together, the experience of the feeling and the fun that they had, way more. And this is many years later, they probably would have had to change the couch again, way more than not having the couch. So the money fund that vacation? Probably, but the idea of being together, being with your spouse, being with the one you love, all of the electrolytes or whatever, all of the things that happens in your brain that makes you guys fuse together is so much more. The unity, the bond is so much more than just money. You can drive something rare, something, it's just a couple of these that they made, this Ferrari, it's just a handful. It's just myself and two other people in the entire world that own it and still feel very empty on the inside. You can own something and still feel very replaceable. Own something rare, something expensive, something crazy that a lot of people will probably die for and still feel very replaceable. Like, okay, ownership is external, meaning that's on the inside, that's internal. And this is where people get trapped without even realizing it. Your cars equal status because now, hey, we're expanding. And so we just got this, like, it's just for me and the baby. My husband, yeah, the vacation, yeah, I just like when we stop at Bora Bora, we're then gonna go to, yeah, we're just gonna do it on our private jet. I know, I don't have to go to the airport. Oh, okay, you can meet us there, but no, we don't go. Whew. As if your neighborhood is the most important in the world. Like, yes, your neighborhood now indicates that you are now better than who you were 2 years ago. Like all of these things, unfortunately, have now become your worth. They ask you to talk about yourself, and you can't even figure out anything to talk about on the inside, but everything that masks your outer covering. And again, not saying that those things don't matter, but is that really what comes from the inside of you? Is that what you produce on the inside when everything is stripped away? And slowly, your financial decisions no longer become what you absolutely need. It becomes signaling. You're signaling this, you're signaling, and then that gets very, very expensive very, very quickly. And you can never really finally break out of that shackles once you get it started. Once you turn on that ignition, it'll be really, really hard to come to a stop. So the best thing, don't even go there. You end up building or working so hard to build an image. You end up figuring out how to constantly maintain the optics, how to feel like I always have to be ahead. Oh, the new iPhone just came out. Yeah, I got the. Oh my goodness. Dude, even talking about it feels so exhausted. And maybe you're not doing this to that extreme, but in your own little way, you might be building pressure for yourself. You can tell yourself that. You can tell yourself the truth. I don't want you to feel like, oh no, he's not talking about me. I'm good. Maybe you're not extreme, but maybe in the little things, maybe your coworkers get coffee every morning. And honestly, you couldn't afford a $7 cup of coffee every morning, but you do it anyway. I once had a coworker who would get coffee every morning. As a matter of fact, this is a real life experience. And at some point, first of all, I love coffee, but getting $7 Starbucks every morning, why? What do I need that for? Not knowing that she never pays for her coffee. Her grandmother always would make sure unchangeably would fund her Starbucks every morning. She must go to Starbucks every morning. Now you are sharing the same paycheck, but somebody else is funding that lifestyle for her, but you're comparing yourself to that. What's the pressure for? Why? Your grandmother ain't funding nothing for you. I mean, nobody was funding anything for me. And it's okay, you can walk with them to Starbucks or whatever, but you need to understand that joining them doesn't signal or doesn't equal, doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you a part of the team. Nothing. It does nothing. Okay? Nothing. You can go to drinks and not have to pay for everyone. You could go to drinks and actually just drink Coke, actually. You could do that. You optimizing to avoid feeling left behind, that's pressure. That's you just building pressure for yourself, and that's not wealth, okay? You're just disguising as the wannabe. And are you the wannabe? Now let's take this a little personally. How do you measure up? Not on LinkedIn, not what you post on Instagram. We know you post your best shot on those platforms, but how do you feel like you measure up on the inside? I'd love to hear what you think. How do you measure your life? What are the things that help you sleep at night and feel like you are putting your best foot forward day in, day out? Drop it in the comments. I really want to read them, actually. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want you to take these questions and do a deeper dive. Dig deeper. Ask yourself, did I build options, or did I just accumulate things? Did I just accumulate things that may not be worth anything if on the grand scheme of things? Did I do my best to increase my peace, or am I just increasing my appearance? I show up everywhere and everyone knows, oh, the person with the G Wagon, oh yeah, that's Jane. No, no, no. Oh, oh, that's Kule. Oh, that's Bimbo. No, 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 no. That's Obina. Mm, really? That's how you show up? Your appearance, and you better come in style. Hey. Okay. Okay. Are my assets working harder than I am? Or am I just laboring? Every additional dollar is what goes, every additional hour is what goes to my network. Or maybe I do have soldiers that are actively working for me and I have built my security or emergency funds. I have my optionality and I have soldiers in the market. I think I'm pretty stable. Is that where you are? Or are you just doing the next bit to upgrade your lifestyle? Because now all these corporations exactly know how to capitalize on that. They want to get the next best thing from you. Now the new MacBook is out, the new iPhone, all of these gadgets and things and all. My goodness. Don't you feel like a little bit exhausting either? Or no, you're good. Like, no, you haven't traveled the entire world. So what are you talking about? If I'm still on the move, well, that's great. But is this systematically planned? Is it strategically planned? Is it intentional? Your asset, your income generating asset, your wealth, they are tools. It is not you. It is not your identity. Let me ask you this. If no one could ever see your possessions, would you still want them? If no one could ever see the things that you own, all the things that you like to show off, if no one could ever see them, let's say we still exist in the same world, but the car just is brand. Our cars are not branded. Our clothes are not branded. Our homes, they look exactly the same. Would you still want them? Would you still invest in them? Your vacation looks just like somebody else's vacation. Oh, you went down the street. I went miles away. I went to a different continent. It doesn't matter. It looks the same. Would you still want them? Would you still want those things? If your answer is no, you're trying your best to buy identity and you're going to fail miserably at it. If your income drops, will your sense of self, will that shrink with your income? That you could no longer go to that job that just makes you, and just gives you such, ego. If you could no longer go to that job today, will your sense of self just like deflate? Mm. Then your identity is tied to that income and that cash flow. Your assets, your income generating assets, do they create panic and anxiety for you? Do they make you feel like more anxious, or are they giving you, gotta think about all these things? It's so good if you have a healthy relationship with money. Money is great, but a healthy relationship with money is even better. That's like next level. I know. Many of us will hear this and think, oh no, she's not talking about me. That's not me. I'm good. Ugh. No, I know it's my colleague. No, it's my friend. Oh no, it's this person that I know. It is not me. Okay. Okay. If no one could see it, would you own it? That house, that car, that badge, that title, if they didn't put it up, no one could see it, would you still cherish it the way that you hmm, put red tied into your chest? Would you still want it that way? Oh my goodness. Because if visibility is part of the purchase, if optics is what you're optimizing for, then you're really trying so hard for this to be fused into how people perceive you. And the fall may be pretty hard. The addiction may be worse than all these other addictive substances that are out there. And it starts very, very subtly. If you don't pay attention to it, you say, oh no, it's about opportunity. Oh, I need to live in this particular location so I can meet new people. I need to go here so I can meet Y. And you convince yourself that no, you're not doing all of those different things to optimize. Well, maybe you are. Only you can answer that for yourself, though. I couldn't figure it out for you. You have to figure it out for yourself, and you have to figure out what you're optimizing for. And the fact that you're highly educated, you have a high income, you live in an elite environment does not mean that you're not financially fragile in spirit, or even when we look under the hood. All the things that you show outside means nothing on the grand scheme of things, especially if you live in America or areas where you can get access to loans, mortgages, and car loans. And the things that you display outside means nothing on the grand scheme of things. It doesn't guarantee any kind of financial safety or financial health. Ownership is not freedom. You can still feel very trapped in that mansion of yours, especially trapped by the payment. Those payments can be really hefty, and you want to make sure that you can actually afford it before you jump into signing that contract. Your business might be great, but if the demands are excessive and you just can't handle it, maybe it's time to let it go. Your luxury lifestyle, everyone already knows you. You're that person that puts us on. You might feel very, very pressured to maintain that image. And that's such an expensive bargain, man. Such an expensive bargain. You should feel neutral. So you own the home, great, but you still feel grounded. You own the home, but you don't feel trapped because your payments are taken care of, whether you show up or you don't. You don't feel the pressure to work extra hard so you can, none of that stuff. You own the business, but you still feel like liberated. You own the business, you don't feel chained. Those are things that you can help. That can be a litmus. And sometimes you wake up and it's just, it just depends on the side of the bed that you wake up from. I understand. But largely, do you feel trapped or do you feel grounded? Like it's one of those things. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it's good. It's good to nice to have. It's good to have. But on the grand scheme of things, if I needed to scale down, I could, and I don't care. Okay, all right, then maybe that's healthy. At the end of the day, your value, the value of who you are, is not measured in horsepower. It's not measured in square footage of where you live. It's not measured in the number of Birkins and diamonds and you fill in the gap that you own. Measured in how well you sleep at night. It's measured in how well you are prepared to face the next downturn or the next curveball. It's measured in how you connect with people, the relationships that you have, the people in your life. It's measured in how you feel, how comfortable you are to be self-sat. In the words of Michelle Obama, to be self-sat. How much meaning you experience. So yes, you visited all these places, but did you really enjoy it? Did it feel meaningful to you? So yes, you can buy all the time and you have all this optionality, but does it resonate with you? Do you feel like this is really, you're living a really good life? And that is not measured in money. It's not measured in currency. It's not measured in USD or Naira or any other currency for that matter. Wealth can support all of those things, but it doesn't lay the foundation. It doesn't substitute for them at all. Yes, build assets, absolutely, but the value of your life is not reflected in any of those things. The value of your life is in your relationship. It's in your character. It's in your innate value. It's in the moral compass that lives on the inside of you. You want to get, yes, the ability to choose, the ability to have options, the ability to be able to pivot, your health, you want to have freedom to choose those things and to live and truly live. You want to be able to build peace over flexing on somebody else or managing some optics that nobody even cares about. Nobody would remember in another couple of years. Build assets. The value that your life should possess should not be in all of these replaceable things, all of these things that can be old tomorrow. All of this, it should be cherished and where you spend your time, the people with whom you spend your time, your character, what people would say about you, the value of your name. A good name is better than gold. And if you love content like this, brag about it. Brag about it by subscribing and joining the family. We would love to have you. We share stats over here, but also finance and the psychology behind money. So join us, and until next time, make sure you check out our other videos, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.